Imagine this. It's the middle of the night. The house is quiet. And suddenly, your eyes snap open. You check the clock. 2:47 a.m. Again. Every single night, the same thing happens. You fall asleep just fine, but somewhere between 2 and 4 in the morning, your body jolts you awake like an invisible alarm clock went off inside your chest. Your heart might be beating a little faster, your mind starts racing, and no matter how hard you try, you cannot fall back asleep for another hour, maybe two. If this sounds painfully familiar, I need you to stay with me for the next few minutes, because the reason you're waking up has almost nothing to do with your bladder, your age, or even stress. There is a single muscle buried deep inside your body that is silently hijacking your sleep every single night. And tonight, with a simple 2-minute exercise you can do right in your bed, you can finally tell that muscle to stand down. Let's talk about it. Now, before I show you this exercise, I want you to understand exactly what's happening inside your body at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Because once you understand the why, the solution is going to make perfect sense. Here's something most people, and honestly even some doctors, don't talk about enough. Waking up in the middle of the night, specifically between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., is one of the most common sleep complaints among adults over the age of 60. Studies suggest that nearly 65% of older adults experience this kind of middle of the night awakening on a regular basis, and most of them just accept it. They think, well, I'm getting older, this is just what happens. But here's the truth. Age does not automatically mean broken sleep. Something specific is waking you up. And in a surprising number of cases, the culprit is a muscle you've probably never heard of. It's called the psoas muscle. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what it is, why it's stealing your sleep, and how to calm it down in just 2 minutes flat. So let me introduce you to this hidden troublemaker. The psoas muscle, it's pronounced psoas, is one of the deepest muscles in your entire body. It runs from your lower spine, right around the middle of your back, all the way down through your pelvis, and attaches to the top of your thigh bone. Think of it like a thick rubber band connecting your upper body to your lower body. It's the muscle that allows you to lift your leg, walk, stand up from a chair, and bend forward. Now here's where things get really interesting and really important for your sleep. The psoas muscle is not just a movement muscle. It's directly connected to your nervous system. Specifically, it's wired into what doctors call your fight or flight response. You know that feeling when you get startled and your whole body tenses up? Your psoas muscle is one of the very first muscles to contract when your body senses danger. And here's the problem. In modern life, especially as we get older, this muscle gets stuck in a shortened, tightened, contracted position. It's like it's permanently clenching even when there's no danger at all. Why does this happen? Several reasons. First, sitting. If you spend a good portion of your day sitting in a chair, in the car, or on the couch, your psoas muscle is in a shortened position for hours on end. Over time, it essentially forgets how to relax. Second, stress. Emotional stress, worry about health, finances, family, all of these things cause your body to tighten the psoas without you even realizing it. It's an unconscious response. Third, past injuries or surgeries, hip replacements, back surgeries, falls, anything that affects your core or hip area can cause the psoas to guard and tighten protectively. And fourth, simply the natural changes that come with aging. As we get older, our muscles tend to lose flexibility, and the psoas is no exception. So what does all of this have to do with waking up at 2 in the morning? Everything. Let me explain the connection, because this is the part that changes everything. When your psoas muscle is chronically tight, it sends a constant low-level signal to your brain that says, "We're in danger. Stay alert." Your brain doesn't know the difference between a truly dangerous situation and a tight muscle pulling on your spine. It just receives the signal and responds accordingly. And how does it respond? By releasing a hormone called cortisol. You may have heard of cortisol before. It's often called the stress hormone. Cortisol is what wakes you up in the morning. It's supposed to rise gradually around 6 or 7 a.m. to help you start your day. But here's what happens when your psoas is tight and your nervous system is on edge. Your body releases a spike of cortisol too early. Instead of rising at 6 a.m., it surges at 2 or 3 a.m. And that surge is like someone flipping a light switch inside your brain. Your eyes open. Your heart rate increases slightly. Your mind becomes active. And just like that, you're wide awake in the dark, staring at the ceiling, wondering why this keeps happening. Does this sound like what you've been experiencing? If it does, leave a comment below and just say, "That's me." I want to know how many of you are dealing with this. And here's the part that really frustrates people. Because the cortisol spike makes your mind active, you start thinking, you start worrying, you start replaying conversations or stressing about tomorrow. And then you blame the thoughts for keeping you awake. But the thoughts didn't wake you up. The tight psoas muscle triggered the cortisol, and the cortisol woke up your brain. The thoughts came after. This is why counting sheep doesn't work. This is why lying there telling yourself to just relax doesn't work. You're trying to solve a mental problem when the actual problem is physical. It's muscular. And the solution is muscular too. Now, I need to tell you about one more piece of this puzzle because it makes the exercise I'm going to share even more powerful. The psoas muscle doesn't work alone. It has a partner in crime, and that partner is your diaphragm, the large dome-shaped muscle underneath your rib cage that controls your breathing. Here's what most people don't know. The psoas and the diaphragm are physically connected. They share connective tissue. They're literally linked together inside your body. So when one is tight, the other one tightens too. This means that when your psoas is contracted, your diaphragm is also restricted. And when your diaphragm is restricted, your breathing becomes shallow. You start taking short little breaths from your chest instead of deep, full breaths from your belly. And shallow breathing, that sends yet another signal to your nervous system that something is wrong. It reinforces the stress response. It keeps cortisol elevated. It makes it even harder to fall back asleep. So you end up trapped in this vicious cycle. Tight psoas leads to tight diaphragm. Tight diaphragm leads to shallow breathing. Shallow breathing leads to more cortisol. More cortisol leads to waking up at 2 a.m. And the cycle repeats night after night after night. But here's the beautiful thing. You can break this cycle, and you can do it in about 2 minutes. All right, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Let me walk you through this exercise step by step. It's gentle, it's easy. You can do it right in your bed. And it works by directly releasing the psoas muscle and calming your diaphragm at the same time. This technique is sometimes called the constructive rest position with diaphragmatic breathing. Physical therapists and osteopaths have used it for decades, and it's especially safe and effective for people over 60. Here's exactly what you do. Step 1. Lie flat on your back in bed. If you need a pillow under your head, that's perfectly fine. Get comfortable. Step 2. Bend both of your knees so that your feet are flat on the mattress. Your feet should be about hip width apart. Not too close together, not too far apart. Just comfortable. And here's an important detail. Position your feet so that your knees can gently lean against each other. When your knees are resting against one another, your psoas muscle finally gets the signal that it's safe to let go. It stops gripping. This position takes all the tension off that deep muscle. Step 3. Place both of your hands on your lower belly, just below your navel. This is going to help you feel your breath and guide it to the right place. Step 4. Now breathe, but not the way you normally breathe. I want you to breathe in slowly through your nose for a count of 4. As you breathe in, focus on pushing your belly up into your hands. Feel your belly rise like a balloon gently inflating. This is called diaphragmatic breathing, or belly breathing. It directly engages your diaphragm and helps it release the tension it's been holding. Step 5. Now breathe out slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Yes, the exhale is longer than the inhale. This is intentional. A longer exhale activates your vagus nerve, which is the main nerve responsible for shifting your body from fight or flight mode into rest and digest mode. As you exhale, feel your belly gently fall. Let your whole body sink into the mattress. Step 6. Repeat this breathing cycle. 4 counts in through the nose, 6 counts out through the mouth for about 2 minutes. That's roughly 8 to 10 breath cycles. That's it. That's the whole exercise. Now, if you're over 60 or you're caring for an elderly loved one, this information could genuinely change the quality of your nights. Please consider sharing this video with someone who struggles with sleep. It might be exactly what they need to hear. Let me explain why this simple exercise is so remarkably effective. When you put your body in that position, knees bent, feet flat, knees resting together, you are placing the psoas muscle in its most relaxed, neutral state. You're telling it there's no danger, you don't need to contract, you can let go. And because the psoas is directly connected to your fight or flight response, when it releases, your entire nervous system calms down. At the same time, the slow belly breathing is manually releasing your diaphragm. You're stretching it with each deep inhale. You're training it to move fully again. And the long exhale is like pressing a reset button on your stress response. It literally lowers your heart rate, drops your blood pressure slightly, and reduces cortisol levels within minutes. So in 2 minutes, you've addressed both muscles, the psoas, and the diaphragm, and you've switched your nervous system from a state of alert to a state of deep calm. And that is the state your body needs to fall back asleep naturally. Many of my viewers have tried this and told me they fell back asleep within 10 minutes. Some say they barely make it through the full 2 minutes before drifting off. Now, while this exercise is powerful, I also want to give you some additional tips that can help prevent your psoas from tightening up in the first place. Think of these as daily habits that support better sleep over time. Tip number 1. Don't sit for more than 45 minutes at a time during the day. Set a gentle timer if you need to. Stand up, take a few steps, do a gentle hip stretch. This prevents the psoas from shortening and stiffening throughout the day. Tip number 2. Do a gentle psoas stretch before bed. A simple supported lunge or lying on the edge of your bed and letting one leg hang down gently can give your psoas a nice stretch before you sleep. But please, be gentle. No aggressive stretching. If anything hurts, stop. Tip number 3. Keep your bedroom cool. Research shows that a slightly cool room, around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, supports deeper, more continuous sleep. Your body temperature naturally drops at night, and a cool room helps this process. Tip number 4. Avoid bright screens for at least 30 minutes before bed. The blue light from phones and tablets suppresses melatonin, your natural sleep hormone. If you like reading before bed, try a physical book or an e-reader with a warm light setting. Tip number 5. Be mindful of evening fluids. I know many seniors worry about nighttime bathroom trips. While staying hydrated is important, try to do most of your water drinking earlier in the day. Reduce fluids about 2 hours before bedtime. Tip number 6. Watch for hidden caffeine. Some teas, chocolate, and certain medications contain caffeine that can linger in your system for hours. If you're sensitive, cut off caffeine by noon. Tip number 7. Practice the constructive rest position every night, not just when you wake up. If you do this exercise as part of your bedtime routine, you may find that you stop waking up at 2 a.m. altogether. Prevention is always better than treatment. Now, I want to take a moment to be responsible here. While this exercise helps a tremendous number of people, there are some situations where middle of the night waking deserves medical attention. Please speak with your doctor if you experience any of the following along with your nighttime waking. Gasping for air or choking sensations when you wake up. This could be a sign of sleep apnea, a condition where your airway temporarily closes during sleep. It's very common in older adults and is very treatable. Chest pain, heart pounding, or significant shortness of breath. While a slight increase in heart rate from cortisol is normal, chest pain or extreme heart pounding should always be evaluated. Waking up drenched in sweat. Night sweats can be caused by several conditions, including infections, medication side effects, or hormonal changes, and your doctor should know about them. Persistent feelings of sadness, hopelessness, or anxiety during the day. Depression and anxiety are common causes of sleep disruption in seniors, and there's absolutely no shame in seeking help. Treatments are available and effective. leg cramps, restless legs, or involuntary leg movements at night. These can point to restless leg syndrome or mineral deficiencies that are easy to address with proper guidance. If none of these apply to you, and your main issue is simply waking up in the early morning hours and struggling to fall back asleep, then the psoas release exercise I've shared today is an excellent first step. It's natural, it's free, it has no side effects, and you can start tonight. Before I wrap up, I want to speak directly to you for a moment, not as a narrator or a health expert, but as someone who genuinely cares about your well being. I know how exhausting it is to not sleep well. I know how it affects everything: your energy, your mood, your patience, your joy. When you're not sleeping, the whole world feels heavier. Simple tasks feel harder. And after weeks or months or even years of broken sleep, it's easy to feel like something is permanently wrong with you. But nothing is permanently wrong with you. Your body is not broken. It's doing exactly what it's designed to do, responding to tension and stress signals. The problem is that it's receiving those signals at the wrong time, and now you know why. And now you have a tool to fix it. You deserve restful, uninterrupted sleep, not just because it's good for your health, though it certainly is, but because you've earned it. You've worked hard your whole life, you've taken care of other people, you've carried responsibilities that would exhaust anyone, and now it's time to take care of yourself. So tonight, when the house gets quiet and you climb into bed, try this exercise. Lie back, bend your knees, let them rest together, put your hands on your belly, and breathe. 4 counts in, 6 counts out. Feel your body settle. Feel the tension drain from that deep muscle you never knew was causing so much trouble. And let sleep come to you the way it's supposed to, gently, peacefully, and completely. Let me quickly summarize everything we covered today. First, waking up between 2 and 4 a.m. is extremely common in adults over 60, and it's often caused by a premature spike in cortisol, your stress hormone. Second, the psoas muscle, a deep core muscle connected to your fight or flight response, is frequently the trigger for this cortisol spike when it's chronically tight. Third, the psoas is physically connected to your diaphragm, so tightness in one creates tightness in the other, leading to shallow breathing that reinforces the stress cycle. Fourth, the 2-minute constructive rest position with diaphragmatic breathing directly releases both the psoas and the diaphragm, calms your nervous system, lowers cortisol, and helps you fall back asleep naturally. And fifth, daily habits like regular movement, gentle stretching, keeping your room cool, and managing fluids and caffeine can help prevent the problem from occurring in the first place. If this video helped you understand why you've been waking up at night, please hit that subscribe button right now. I create videos like this every week specifically for adults over 60 who want to stay healthy, active, and informed. And when you subscribe, you make sure you never miss a video that could make a real difference in your life. Hit the like button too. It helps this video reach more people who are lying awake tonight, desperately searching for answers. Share this video with your spouse, your siblings, your friends, anyone over 60 who's struggling with sleep. You might be handing them the solution they've been looking for. And please drop a comment below. Tell me, have you been waking up at 2 or 3 a.m.? Are you going to try this exercise tonight? I read every single comment, and I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. Take good care of yourself, sleep well tonight, and I'll see you in the next video.